Welcome back everyone. Today we are learning object oriented programming. In it, we are going to learn class and attributes. Let's get started with it. So first, what we are going to do is create a class. So in order to create a class, you need to understand how to use the keywords. So first keyword is the class. As you can see here, it's highlighted in the green. And if you hit, so that's how you're going to learn how to make classes. So first, if you say my list is equal to list, okay, let's do it some sets. My set is equal to set. So if you run that, and let's now check the type of the set. So of course it's gonna be a set. So what we're gonna do is put my set dot and then hit tab, and then we're gonna see some functions, and some of it we already know, that add, like we already know add. So let's get started with our first class. So we don't need these anymore. So to create a simple task, we need to say class, and we're gonna say sample parentheses and pass. So that's how you will create our first class. So of course it's gonna do nothing, like my sample is equal to sample. So let's check the type of my sample. So it's gonna do nothing because we just did nothing because we only passed it the pass keyword. So in order to do something, we need to put something here. So in order to create a class, we need some attributes, right? So let's get started with it. So let's create another class called, let's say, fruit. And then what we're gonna do here is put the keywords. So first keyword I'm going to put here is self. So what other so now you can put your custom keywords after the self. So what do fruits have? Their color, their taste, I mean, yeah, their color also, and the season, and if they if they if they have how much seeds. So now what we're going to do here is pass in the attributes. So what you're going to do is self dot color is equal to color, right? And then self dot season is equal to season, and then self dot seeds is equal to seeds. If you run that, you're gonna give an error because self is not defined yet. So what you're gonna do here is define self. So let's define the self keyword. So, so self So what we're going to do here is create a function. So def, and then we're going to use the init keyword. It's a function that we are now learning. Just initialize the class, and then what we're going to do is parentheses and then put those all here. Put those, and then copy this, and then just hit enter. And okay, let's hit tab, and so we just define the function and then put it in the line. So yeah, and then if you still run it, it's gonna give an error because self is not yet defined. So what we're gonna do is we must you know we're gonna fix the error. So to fix the error, we need to say like so we need to rub the keywords here because yeah. So that if you rub the keywords, it's gonna work. So it just worked. So so now what we're gonna do is say fruit. So now use the function. So if we say my fruit is equal to fruit, and then what you're gonna do is type in the color of the fruit. Let's also give in the name, and let's first type the name. Name is, remember to type it in a string so it will work. The name is mango, and then the color is, let's say, uh, orange, and then the and then the seeds. How the seeds? The seeds are like one. Oops. And then yeah, that's it. So we just passed in one. We just created our first class. So you can also put booleans. Let me show you another example later. So if you run that, it's not gonna work because it's an expected argument name. So what we're gonna do is is name this. So self dot name is equal to name. So if I run that it's still gonna it's still missing. So because we didn't put the season is equal to, it says it's summer. So if I run that, it's still not working because it's not in the string. So if I run that, it does work. So let's now check the type of my fruit. Oops. It's gonna say main fruit. So what you're gonna do here is type in my fruit dot and hit tab. So this is gonna say color, name, season, and seeds. It's not gonna say self. So let's put in the color first, and then run it orange. My fruit dot name is mango, and then my fruit dot tab, and then let's put seeds. It's gonna say one big seed, and then finally my dot oops fruit dot season is summer, right? So this is how a class works. So let's find out what is the meaning of main. So this means that it's stored in the main. So that is how class works. So let's find out more about the classes. So what if we say that if we can add booleans? So yes, we can add booleans. Let me show an example. Let's use this. Just rub this. We don't need this anymore. Okay, let's put another class instead. Class. Now we will say, now what we should say is numbers. So this is gonna have only few arguments. So yeah, and there are only two, like, right? So let's make it some many, like prime number, like, yeah, and then define in it, and then you're gonna say self first, and then prime, and then all, and then even, only four, and then of course run all these. So let's type it live self dot prime is equal to prime self dot odd is equal to all, and then self dot even is equal to even. So we're gonna run that, and it, without any error, it takes in the class. So let's start using the class. So what you're gonna do is my num, let's say my num, yeah, my num, and then is equal to numbers, and then write the factors. I mean, write the points. Prime is equal to, let's type in one more argument, which is the number. Let's run that, and then number is equal to, let's say, 5, and then next prime. So this is gonna be a boolean. We have to say true. This is gonna be a boolean, so it's gonna say true, and then even, and then odd is also true, and then of course even is gonna be false. So there are a lot of booleans except this one, of course. So that's, we don't need this in a string. So let's do that. So let's now run this, and again let's say my num dot tab, and hit tab, and then even, we're gonna say shift enter, false, and then again tab, number 5, tab, again odd, true, and then finally prime, true. So that's how class works. So that's how we can also add booleans. So what if we cannot, we can also add no or yes, but we type in true, or I mean it's a boolean. So yeah, we can also put booleans, but the thing is we cannot put no or yes. It's true or false. So that's it for today's video. Thanks for enjoy. Thanks for watching, and bye.